Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your messages from your ancestors for the month of December. This is going to be a reading for the people born under the Magician card, the Wheel of Fortune card and the Sun card. If you do not know what your tarot birth card is, I've made a quick video to help you work it out. I will leave you a card right here and it will be also in the description box below. All the decks I use are also listed in the description box with the info about them. So I hope you're all doing well and that you've had a good month so far, even though it's kind of early in December. I'm going to start your reading by pulling out a main rune for a change. And please remember, those are general readings, so I'm going to be channeling different messages from different ancestors and then may not be all for you. Okay, so what do we have? So the first message that you have is this witch's rune, which is the crossroad. So this is your ancestors telling you that you are at a very important time in your life. This is a time of change and of choices, and you may be feeling the weight of that choice, or it may be just subconscious. You may not be aware that this is coming your way. It's also a time of discovery, because when you're at the crossroad, you inquire which path you're going to take, what are the possible experiences that you may have, whether you go left or right. That kind of energy. It's also, when you see the crossroad as a rune, indicates, a time of signs and symbols, like they're going to signpost the road for you. If you are not quite sure which way to go, your ancestors are saying, we know you're there, and we're going to meet you there, and we're going to guide you. So I'm going to put this rune here, because it's your main energy. And let's begin with some oracle cards. So what messages do we have for my Aquarians born under the Magician, the Wheel, and the Sun, please? What do we need to hear for their highest good? You had a jumper, and I will talk to you about that in a second. So as I was telling you that, with this crossroad rune, they're going to meet you there, they're going to guide you, they're going to give you signs. If you're not sure which way to go, if you have an important decision to make, you get the card of trust. So it's card 32, which diminishes to number 5. 5 is the number of disruption, and by that I mean it disrupts the strong foundation and stability of number 4, which sometimes can translate as being a bit of a stagnant energy. So you have trust with the egg moon, and I love the artwork on this card because you can see this is you, and there's your ancestors protecting you, making sure that nothing bad happens to you and guiding you, and they really want you to know that they are here. There is a big element of maybe some of you have lost faith that your ancestors or a past loved ones have gone, like they're not around you anymore, and this is them saying, trust that we're here. It's a beautiful energy, beautiful message. I love that. And you also have the waxing gibbous, the moon, obviously, pleasure. Now this is number 18, which diminishes to 9, which is the number of achievement. Pleasure. So trust that pleasure is coming, that good times are coming for you, and be ready to receive is the message I'm hearing. If you look at the artwork, she's completely open to whatever is coming her way. So you've got, the heart chakra exposed, the throat chakra, the crown chakra, the solar plexus, it's all exposed. And you've got all of those little butterflies that represent transformation. And she's in total acceptance of what the universe or her ancestors are giving her. Very, very nice energy. Let me put this deck away. Let's see what else we have for you. What other messages do we have, please? And because you're born under those 3 cards, you are ruled by number 1 and number 10. And number 1 is the number of the potential, of the rebirths, of opportunities, which obviously is very synchronistic because you're at a crossroad and you can feel it. And also, 10 being the number of culmination, completion, the end of something. You know, you're at a crossroad, you're going to leave something behind and you're going to embrace a brand new path. That's going to bring you a lot of good times and a lot of happiness. So let's see what else we have from your ancestors. Lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Yeah, you see, so when I'm telling you that your ancestors are around you, I couldn't have a card that's more direct about this. Now, this card is 34, which diminishes to number 7. Number 7, amongst other things, does indicate self-reflection, self-evaluation, and from that we draw on our experience and we become more confident. And you can see the silhouette at the top of the mountain. This is someone who looks very confident and who's celebrating. So there is this message here that I'm getting intuitively, that self-reflection is going to get you to that victory. And the other message I'm getting is that you may need to go back home to recharge your batteries. You see, this is the color of the root chakra, where this is the seat of our, the seat, I think so. Anyway, apologies for the terrible French accent here. This is the root of your sense of safety, you know, how grounded you are. And you can see this is protection, this is feeling safe, and also getting downloads. I know for a fact every time I come back home, I feel recharged when I leave. I feel, you know, like I've touched base again with my passed on loved ones and my ancestors, and with my core is what I want to say to you. So there's a big message here that, you know, your ancestors are here. They're going to give you signs and downloads when you reach that crossroad, if you're there already or not. And, you know, maybe you may need to travel back home if you are not home yet. Now, if you are at home and you've never moved, it may well be that your ancestors are from somewhere else, and the message here is maybe to go and visit this place, to gain some insights, to feel connected, because maybe some of you, you're having doubts. I am getting an energy of uncertainty, which is completely normal when, you know, you're at a crossroad. This is like completely normal, no judgment here, but this is the strong energy I'm getting right now. So let me grab my tarot deck. So can you clarify those messages, please? I'm going to put it here so I can move it up. I have a bit more room. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and bottom of the deck, which is the energy at work, you may not be aware of, the King of Cups. Now, this King of Cups could well be a past-on loved one or an ancestor's, so someone who represents this kind of energy, because the King is the master of the suit. This is knowledge and expertise. This is somebody who has authority and could represent someone slightly older. If this talks to you, you'll know. Cups being the emotional realms, this is somebody who is in control of their feelings. You know, they can weather the rough seas. They just, you know, nothing gets under their skin because they work their way through the Suit of Cups. They know themselves, their heart, and they don't get taken aback or overwhelmed by their emotions. This is a card of extreme emotional maturity, and also a card of an empath, someone who's got deep understanding of other people and can feel, for instance, when they're in pain or in distress. So this may well be one of your ancestors, as I just mentioned, or this may be the suggestion that you should embrace this kind of energy. Listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, because I can see a lot of synchronicities and downloads coming towards your way, and you may be shut off to them. And the reason why I'm saying that to you is because of the protective egg in the positioning of the person here. Now, normally I don't read it like that, but this is what they're saying to me. You need to open up. You see the stark contrast in body language between those two cards, right? Open up, because it's going to be coming your way. So this King of Cup may well be the advice that's given to you to embody this energy of being more open, trusting your intuition, and looking at what makes you happy, what brings you emotional fulfillment. Because I can see that there's a moment of clarity here. You've got the Ace of Swords. Aces, you know, brand new beginnings, a door that opens. With Swords energy, which is air, it's sudden, and to me it's the epiphany card. This is that light bulb moment above your head where you go, that's it, I know what to do. It's triumph over a situation. It could be a conundrum, something that you've been rehashing in your head continuously, because I can see here with the Five of Wands that you've had a lot of conflicts. Now, there may be internal conflicts because you are, again, I repeat, this crossroad. So this is this energy of not being sure, and maybe, as I said, feeling destabilized because you're not sure about where you're going to go in the future. The message is very clear here. Trust. You may also have discordances in your environment because, you know, people don't like change, and the people who love you the most sometimes are the ones who stand in your way because they don't want you to go, or they're worried that if you change, they may lose you, you know. So whether the problems are internal or external, you know, the arguments, whether you're having them with yourselves or with other people, this may well be that. And remember that with this card of the Lay of the Land, it really is about grounding yourself. And then we've got this Nine of Wands. Now what I like to see is the progression, because you go from 1 to 5 to 9, which is always a very good sign in the tarot, you know, in terms of a spread. And Wands representing fire and passion. The Nine of Wands is the card that just says, you know, be prepared and push. The worst thing you can do with the Nine of Wands is to give up. This is the card of perseverance, of courage, of not giving up, because you're nearly there. So what I'm seeing is when you reach this crossroad, if you're there already or when you reach it, the message is very clear from your ancestors. We hear, trust us, we're protecting you, open up, tap into your intuition, go with your heart, because it's one more hurdle until you get to where you're supposed to be. And you know deep down that this is the right thing to do. That's why I got the energy very strongly that this is an internal struggle, because you have that clarity with the Ace of Swords. It's just, you know, mustering up the courage to do one last push and to not give up is what I'm hearing. Let me grab this deck. So can we have some more messages, please? Okay, so you have the new moon in Cancer. Relax. And we have full moon in Pisces. Forgive. Okay, so this Five of Wands, this confrontation, arguments, whether the internal or external, these cards to me are messages related to this. This is the time to firstly trust that your ancestors are here, that the universe has your back. Relax, okay? Stop stressing about it. Because if this is an internal conflict, this is what's happening. You're putting pressure on yourself, which is unnecessary pressure. You're going to be guided. The forgive may refer to forgive yourself if there is something that you have done that for some reason you are not proud of, or something that you're finding hard to put out of your mind that you've done. Maybe a decision you regret is what they're saying to me. And there may be something that you did that you're ashamed of. That's the message that they're saying to me. And there's no judgment here. We all do things that we're ashamed of at some point in our lives. And it's how we react afterwards that matter. You know, how much you grow from it, what you've learned from it. and then you come to a point in your life where you just chuckle when you think about it, because it was so big at the time, which is what they're telling you to relax. It seemed like such a big deal at the time, and now it's not anymore. Now, it may well be that you have to forgive somebody else. Now, that's something completely different entirely. That's for other people here, because someone may have done you wrong, and this is where you've got this King of Cups energy here saying, hey, you are in control of your emotions. You know what your heart wants. This is not that thing, that negative event, whatever this is, or negative relationship. So relax, forgive, let it go, and do not give up. Ground yourself. The crossroad is coming, and good things are coming your way with the pleasure cards, most definitely. And you are very lucky because you are guided and protected. There is a very strong ancestral presence around you. I feel it through the cards. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey for the cards with me. If you found this message helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. I've posted the December readings, both for the Tarot Buff cards and the star signs. So maybe you want to check them out. I will leave you a card right here somewhere, here or here. And then again, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm humbled you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a wonderful month. I'll see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.